What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. One Piece 607. Not a lot happened per usual, but we left off with some interesting parts. Sanji's about to run the 1v1 versus Virgo. In my head, I would like that to stay 1v1, and Sanji will instantly start to move back up percentage wise if he's able to do that 1v1, like straight up. Right now, Sanji's sitting at like negative 25%. Like, he was already towards the bottom, because there's like, how long do we have this running joke going? But he always kind of like did his thing. The Fishman arc nuked him into the ground. Nuked his rating into the ground. He is the lowest rated Straw Hat to me, in my opinion, just top to bottom as a character. But if he's able to show up on the scene and run this 1v1 and defeat Virgo, he's back in the positive. But you know, and I know as a viewer, he holds no weight or history or connection to Virgo, so it's not his fight to have, in my opinion. That's reserved for Smoker and his G5 unit and trying to snuff out the corruption in XYZ. So just from a storytelling perspective, I don't think they'll give Sanji that victory of 1v1. But if they do, you know, high hopes. And then we left off with Luffy just instantly jumping on Caesar as soon as the episode ended. Now we know that Caesar does not want to be throwing hands at all. I'm curious what Luffy's learned since his last encounter, because we've seen Luffy get put on death, essentially die multiple times. But when he gets magically revived or saved or brought back to life or whatever it is, he adapts quickly to not get caught with the same shit that he got caught with last time. Except for Magellan, he never got to run that back. But we saw, prime example that pops in my head is the crocodile situation. Like, he had a thing for that ready to go. So how do we combat the, you know, explosion clackers to the face, the sucking the oxygen out of, you know, your area to breathe? I have absolutely no idea, but we'll see what he comes up with. Aside from that, everybody else is running around doing their thing, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Chopper's getting to the kids. Zoro and the rest are also headed semi that direction, so there's a lot of moving parts with that. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's see where we're at. See where we are at. And I want to see this bird bitch get the shit beat out of her. I don't know by who, but I'm ready to see it happen. Doesn't have a choice. Man's got to go rescue his heart and shit. Well, can we beat up the girl at least? Oh, he's gone. Okay. Man said, "See you, Luffy. Figure that shit out." If he was not a low, I mean, that could be for a lot of people. If he was not a Logia, God, he'd be getting his shit rocked. He's got poison flaming hands? What the hell's happening here? Oh. It's interesting, but he's got to have the things on him to activate that. Is interesting. He's got to have the flint. He's got to have the clackers. He's got to have all this XYZ. He said, "I don't know why I'm tagging you." He's taking the oxygen out. Okay, how are we doing this? I still don't even understand how he really removes the oxygen. You not come back and just hit him with hockey in the back of the head? Back up, back up, back up, back up. Find air, find air, find air. There you go. If there's still fire there, there's still air. But we still got to do something about that, because he's just going to do it again. Hmm. So he can't take the air out of the entire room. Oh my god. Why would you blitz him knowing you do not have the facilities for that? Caesar is all Devil's Fruit, no ability, huh? Alright, Luffy, what's the plan? You knew what this was. What the fuck is that lightsaber? Man, it's got so many tricks and shit. Well, there's oxygen over there, at least if there's a fire. What the hell is that? Oh, he can manipulate gases. So he's just manipulating the oxygen in the air. Or the CO2. I don't know. I don't know the specific science on it. There it goes again. Pop. This is a lot. You gotta be able to get past the Devil's Fruit. You gotta be able to get past the Devil's Fruit, man. That's what I'm saying, like, we can tell that Caesar doesn't possess the ability to sit there and, like, throw hands. But the Devil's Fruit is that much of an issue. So I'm sure we're going to run into people that have even more busted Devil's Fruits than him that are probably even worse fighters. But it's like, man, if you can't get past the Devil's Fruit, what the hell are you going to do? And that's how a lot of them get by, is on their Devil's Fruit. Logia users. Hold on now. Sanji's throwing. He's Blackfoot. Get the hell out of there. I need her to pick her shit up too. She's gonna be rolling around in the new world. Hold on. Take. Okay. Are we even phased over there? Oh! And we cut from it to go to this shit on... We're finally getting some decent Sanji content, and they give him like 10 seconds of screen time. That fire he breathes looks hot. Brooke. Yeah. All people. Why'd we single him out? Freeze his ass. Well, where are we at now? Okay. Yeah, we can get to Building D as they get to Building D. Law. I would assume, unless this is a flashback to what Robin was doing. Pretty sure this is current. Who knows what's going on currently? Yeah, okay, it's law. Easy enough. So ominous. It's hard to take him as serious after seeing where kind of his power maxed out at, and that being Virgo. But the majority of people just aren't going to be able to handle this Devil's Fruit, bro. Like, what the fuck is that? What is that? I still think it's broken as hell that the ability lasts even when he deactivates the room. I think that is just straight cheating. I mean, in the same way we get into the specifics of how these bodies are able to still function without the heart being inside of them is a whole other thing. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Essentially, could you ever truly be killed if your heart is always in that thing? Let's say this body of Law, right? Well, no, Law would need to be alive because he's the only one that have the ability. But if there's another type of Devil's Fruit out there that would have a similar ability or something that allows people to swap, your body could always get destroyed as long as there's no heart inside of it. And just put your heart inside of a new body. Law might lose his physical body and never get it again, but you could put his heart inside of Smoker, Luffy, if you wanted to. Now, of course, we've already seen that it's the body that gets access to the user's Devil's Fruit and not the soul or the heart that does. So I don't know. Well, I guess didn't we already get to the assumption that Law's not actually switching the hearts, he's just kind of switching the personality? And they're just using the representation of like him switching the hearts is what it is. So maybe he can't survive if the body's destroyed and the heart's still alive, who knows? Yeah. It's like when you're a Logia and nobody knows hockey, God, it's such a free win. You're literally just noob stomping. But man, when they have it, you better be on your shit. You know what she's smirking at back there? How are you gonna catch him anyway? Here we go again. So he lights that gas that he releases right there is flammable. Okay. You gonna pull your head out of that wall, or we're just doing this for dramatic effect, or what? What's the word here? They still think it's Virgo imposter. Oh, bitch. Go, we don't have all day. You too, Sanji, you gotta dip too. Shit, Virgo fuck around and die too. Well, Caesar said he didn't care, so. He's a magnet man, maybe? I don't know. Because he had food sticking to him, so that doesn't have anything to do with a magnet. He said he's made out of iron or something. Oof. Oh, that hurt. It still doesn't explain the shit that sticks to him. My man almost fractured his bone. But it sounds, you gotta get out of there. But shit, Virgo does as well. So what's the play here, guys? Shit. We just armament hockey that arm, right? And they cut from it. Golly. I'm more interested in the Sanji fight because we know Luffy's not going to lose. I'm curious how far they let Sanji go with that before Smoker shows up. I've been saying this the whole time. Caesar's had the best visuals of anybody we've run into, man. Just all of it, top to bottom. Back up. We get to the room where there's fire. We gotta get on him quick. Now, how does Caesar breathe when he takes the oxygen out? Huh? Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna assume Virgo was doing the same thing. Oh, shit. Get a quick breath. Yep, yep, yep. Come back in. Man had to dodge that. Oh, God. He's taking so long to materialize. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. Who just did that shit? Tell me it's not bitch over there. What the fuck is this bitch doing? I was waiting to see what her play is here. What is that made out of? No shit. Damn it, I really wanted to see us take him out right there. There's no way she thinks she could run the 1v1. So do you have a message to give us or something to say or... And he's gone. Doflamingo. Yeah. Alright. I would like to see Luffy brutally beat her, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, he just can't keep up. Caesar just, he's not made for that. He's not a hardened admiral that's fought in crazy battles that can just do this hand to hand. I'm not going to say it's gimmicky, because I mean, some of that gas removal, sparking the fire, like it's pretty serious, but like, anybody with a decent amount of hockey and speed should be able to handle that. Fuck it, we're in. Opens that box. What's in the box? We're not gonna get it, are we? No, we are not. Fuck, what about them? What? Everybody knows but us. Luffy doesn't even know. What is he after? Airwalk, airwalk. To get in. What? What is it? We're not gonna get it. Let's just wait. They're gonna end it. I don't even know why I'm getting my hopes up. Just cut it. Just cut it. Hasn't tell me shit. And it's over. I don't know what he's up to. We have absolutely no idea what Law is trying. I mean, we know, I guess everything's falling under an umbrella, and that umbrella is labeled to take out a warlord. Now, I already told you there was two that came to mind. I think there's really only two options. It's Big Mom or it's Kaido. One of those two. Luffy isn't going to go against Shanks. Point blank period. He would go against Blackbeard, but I think Blackbeard's going to be a villain that's going to be set up for like his own thing that Luffy will deal with way down the road. So could Blackbeard be in consideration? Who do we know that it's not? It's not Shanks for sure. Blackbeard would then be my lowest ranked. I think it would be Big Mom would just be my guess. I feel like that we haven't gotten anything of Kaido to even know why they're beefing. And Luffy has already had a little smoke with Big Mom, so it'd be easy for him to be like, okay, I'm down. I talked about this when they talked about who it could be, that he named. So my guesses on her. But what's in that room? What's in that box? What is it that's going to, quote unquote, like Virgo says, ruin the new world? I have absolutely no idea. Now, something that that seems that important, that groundbreaking, that serious, cannot be known to anybody outside those like 3 or 4 people in there, right? It's got to be Caesar, Virgo, and Bird Bitch that have the only knowledge of what is in there. Because if whatever's in there seems that important, that could ruin the New World, take down a Yonko, an Emperor, or whatever you want it to be, it seems the Marines, or maybe a Yonko themselves, or somebody would have a heavy interest in that. And it would not be sitting here with this little amount of security or force behind it. So what it is, I have no idea. Devil's fruit, a weapon. I mean, a weapon clearly of some kind, but what else it could be, I don't even know where to begin. Couldn't even tell you. Again, is it a certain like sword or gun or devil's fruit or weapon or ship or XYZ? No idea. Damn, and this is the last episode I'm reacting to for this week. So it's going to be like 3 or 4 days until I get to 608 to hopefully see what it is. But that wasn't a bad episode. I can't tell if Sanji was hinting at what Virgo's devil's fruit might be. Because he made the comment of like, oh, I see this guy must be made out of steel or something like that. And then we saw them trading blows and Sanji's bones really starting to take a beating. But I don't know if that's something devil's fruit related, or is he just armament hardening himself? But then is it something that Sanji also doesn't know? Because I feel like he would know that as well. But who knows? I don't know where Sanji's level of Haki is or Zoro's level of Haki is. But I would assume they would be aware of like hardening, observation, conquers, XYZ. Now how you know when you're actually going up against that, because the black is just a visual for us, and how do I know when I'm trading blows with someone like, oh shit, that's armament Haki that I'm hitting, that's why that's so dense and so difficult? Or how do you know like, oh, this guy has a vibranium devil's fruit? I have no idea how you tell the difference, but regardless, this seems to be the most interesting thing we got going on, and we'll see what we get. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,